This is Heather of Autism Chrysalis. I want to share a few thoughts about making things better, whether that's making the world a better place or making your own life better, and the frustration of the overwhelming enormity of those goals. It's even more obvious now where there's so much volatility in our current political climate, especially if you're in the USA or follow our news. But whether or not you're working actively to change what's going on in the larger world or in your own personal life, your individual efforts can only go so far. There's a lot of causes, projects, goals, ideas that you will never be able to work on, things that you will never be able to affect. And that doesn't have to be a painful thing. It's neutral. This has always been the case. There are things that you can change and things that you can't. But it can become painful when we get it into our heads that we should be able to do everything. To advocate for every cause, to support every worthwhile goal, to finish every project that you ever started, to follow through with every good idea. Or it can become painful when we think that nothing good can happen for us until the world is better. That until the collective wakes up and tears down injustice, capitalism, white supremacy, the gender binary, prejudice against neurodiversity, etc., that we cannot have a good life. But that can set the bar unreasonably or impossibly high for a single person. But that doesn't mean that the opposite extreme is the only other option. We don't have to give up and never do anything because we can't fix it all. It's not all or nothing. Here's a third option. How about acknowledging that there are limits to what you can do, and that limits aren't necessarily a bad thing. They can provide structure, reduce overwhelm, enhance focus, offer clarity. If you can only do so much, what matters most to you? What's busy work that doesn't have as much meaning or impact? What's within your current capacity? What's one thing you can do today that will matter? These answers will vary from season to season in life and from day to day. And that's okay too. That's normal. When I get overwhelmed by wanting to change so much in the world, usually when I read the news, which is why I only do that in short bursts and at intentional times, it helps me to focus small, to narrow down the scope of what I want to change to my own life and make something better. Because making my own life even a teeny tiny bit better does make the world a teeny tiny bit better. Because I'm part of the world and my life is part of all things. So if I'm feeling a little bit better, all the people that I interact with will get a slightly better version of me. And I can have a slightly better impact and do slightly better work, and everything is slightly better around me. It doesn't change the world, but it changes the world. It doesn't change everything in the world, but it does change my little corner of the world. And I count as part of the world. Does that make sense? To give you a few examples of what I mean, here are 3 things that I've done recently to make my life a teeny bit better. I rescheduled an appointment from a week out to 2 weeks out to give myself more time to prepare and felt an instant sense of relief. I did another unsubscribe purge to get off a bunch of mailing lists and YouTube channels that I don't care about that much, and that just give me the feeling of being behind on things that I thought I should read or watch, but which don't actually provide enough value to make it worth using my capacity on those things. And that way the newsletters that I do care about stand out more. And this weekend I bought season tickets to my local symphony orchestra so that from September through May, I will have a once-a-month special night out with my mom or my best friend to listen to beautiful music and do something a little bit different from my day-to-day routine. And the season tickets were surprisingly inexpensive. Things like this may not seem like a big deal or superfluous, but they matter. They make my life a teeny bit better, a teeny bit more manageable, more beautiful. What's something that you can do that is within your current capacity to make your life a teeny bit better? If it would be helpful to get a few ideas of ways that you can make things a teeny bit better, and even turn some low-level annoyances into fun, here's a video that I made about that. Okay, I hope this gives an interesting perspective. Take care, and I wish you a neuro-wonderful day.